Reconnecting.
Balls.
What?
Is it live? Are we live?
Good morning, everybody. We're live.
Good morning, everybody. It's Sam and Nolan. See?
Kind of like Bert and Ernie.
Yes. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to KMS 10 at 10. Another happy Friday for everybody out there. It's 10 a.m. I think why did we decide on 10 a.m.? Do you remember why we decided on 10 a.m.? I'm talking to Ashley, who's behind the camera today.
Because 10 at 10 sounded good.
Because 10 at 10 sounded good. I think it's like break time. I think everyone should enjoy a 10-minute, 10 o'clock break. Right? I mean, on the job sites, we always had a 10 o'clock break. Right?
What job did you have?
Construction. You have a 10 o'clock break, you have a noon break, 3 o'clock break, and then you're off at 5. Right?
And when did you get work?
Makes sense to me. I don't know. Sometime maybe 2. All right, everybody. We'll get started. Like I said, it's KMS. It's 10 at 10. It's Friday. It's 10 a.m. We'll be here again, same time, same place, next week as well. Today, it's me. It's myself. I am Sam Thorson, and I'm joined with
Nolan Webb.
And we're happy to be here today. We're going to have fun today. It's going to be a fun episode. Before we get into what we're going to be doing today, we do have an upcoming event that Nolan is going to talk a little bit about, so pay attention.
Yes, February 15th, Key Media Solutions, Southeast Technical Institute, and Fresh Impact are hosting a social media marketing academy. It's going to be on the 12th of February from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. and they're going to be covering case studies of social media usage by companies and how those particular companies use their social media and how it produced for them. And then they're going to break out into kind of educational sessions for beginners, intermediate, and advanced. So you'll be able to see how a company used their social media to a good result, and then get to learn how they did it and how you can apply that to your brand based on what level you are, or what level of knowledge you have for social media. And I think it should be a good time. We are currently, if you go to the link that hopefully Ashley will post, it'll take you to the website and with more information. And there is also an application form you can fill out if you want to be a speaker. We are taking applications for speakers for the event through January 15th. Yeah, the event's on February 15th. But it should be very educational. It's going to be educational based, so yeah, it'll be very educational. It should be a good time.
Cool. That sounds like a good idea. Check it out on the website for more information. If you have any questions, feel free to give our office a call. Shoot us an email at info@keymediasolutions.com. We'll monitor that as well. Or comment on this video if you have any questions about applying to be a speaker. I'd be happy to talk to you about that.
And the event will be at Southeast Technical Institute in the George S. Mickelson Center.
Yes.
So
I'm very excited about that. So we're going to get into what we're going to be talking today on 10 a.m., 10 at 10. We're going to do things a little bit different today. Instead of talking about topics, what we're going to do is I'm going to ask Nolan a couple of questions. Nolan's going to ask me a couple of questions. We do not know what we're going to be asking each other, so we're going to get started. I'll ask the first question. Does that sound good? Okay.
sounds good.
So, before Nolan joined us, before Nolan came to Key Media Solutions, he had a very long career working in the traditional advertising area.
Correct.
And so what I would like to ask you is, since you have now worked in both traditional and the digital advertising atmospheres, can you tell us some of the differences between traditional and digital? More so like the work environment. How would you see it in your experience? What are some of the biggest differences between traditional and digital?
Well, my traditional background came with print. So the biggest difference between traditional that I found in the work environment is the immediacy. Digital, you can get up and running so much quicker than you used to be able to. I mean, things have changed now as more traditional is starting to blend with the digital. So the timelines have gotten quicker, but digital is so much more immediate.
Yeah, fast paced.
Yeah,
things out there now.
Yep. Yeah. Your turnaround time can be shorter, especially if you know your audience, and that's the biggest thing that I've seen is the like laser focus that you can get with your audience in digital.
Targeting,
Audience targeting is, with traditional print, your newspaper would be broken up into like 4 different sections: the main news, life, sports, and your audience you could gauge based on the topics that were in those sections. Just much like with radio, you'd have different stations that cover political or talk radio or country western. You could kind of gauge what your audience was going to be. But with digital, I mean, it's just the focus that you can get with digital marketing and audience profiling is just, I don't want to say scary, but I mean, it's crazy detailed.
It's definitely getting there. Cool. Well, very cool. Thank you very much. And obviously working in this office is the best thing that's ever happened to you.
I do enjoy the people that I work with.
Good.
Not that I didn't enjoy the people I used to work with, but
good.
All that I know to make the bill.
Yes.
Good. Okay, so you ask a question now.
So I know that you have always kind of had a background in content, with working at the TV and now being a content person for us.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say is the biggest challenge that you address daily in regards to content? More specifically, like tailoring content.
Sure. The biggest challenge with creating any sort of content is making it useful. Not just making it useful, but making it useful to the people who need it. Does that make sense? And I'm actually at the point where I don't even like the word content anymore, because content can mean so many different things, So part of one of the biggest challenges is deciding, okay, what type of content does someone need? Do they need a video? Do they need a blog? Do they need an ebook or a white paper or ad copy or an email? Content can be all these different things, and I think it's really easy for people to say, okay, videos are taking over social media, so we need videos. And that might be a good idea, but it might not be the best fit for that specific person or that specific business. So the first challenge is deciding what type of content is going to work best for you. The second challenge is making that content useful. Because so much today, if you're just trying to make content just to say you have content, it's just going to be white noise. It's just going to be lost in the wash of all the content that's out there right now. If you want it to stand out, which you do, what you need to do is you need to make it useful. You need to make it answer a question that your audience is searching for. If you're able to do that, and you're able to really put it in a place where it's going to be seen by your audience, it's going to succeed. But that is by far the biggest challenge, is deciding what type of content a business needs and what's the best way to get it in front of their audience.
And I think the point I like too that you mentioned is the content needs to be useful, not so much to you as the company, but to your audience.
Yes.
I saw an interesting example of that was for like a hobby shop. And it was during the holidays, and they were on their site. They had this project to make like a wreath, but not only did they have the picture of the wreath and the product list, but then they had a video on how you could put it all together, and you could click the items and put them into your checkout basket. And I mean, they made it very simple. I like that wreath. They showed me how to put it together. They gave me the list of materials. I can order the materials right there. Boom, done.
Very useful.
And it was more useful to the audience in respect than just the company itself.
Yeah,
and I think that's
very useful. Ashley, what time are we at? Do we have time for another question?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to ask you another question, and here in the office, I have to have a lot of conversations about blogs, writing blogs, and we believe here in the office that it's good to get everyone involved with writing blogs, and everyone contributing their viewpoint on different topics and stuff. So my question for you is, what's your next blog going to be about?
I didn't know I was writing a next blog.
I am kind of putting you on the spot, and now we have a witness, and now we have all witnessed, and we're all going to hear, and we're all going to talk about what your next blog is going to be about.
I haven't even thought about
This is an unfair question.
That is totally unfair, Sam. Totally unfair.
I apologize. I just had to throw it in there.
I don't know. Maybe I'll try something on culture.
Culture.
Having come from a large company operated by a larger national corporation to a more private company.
I think that sounds like a great blog. If any of you have any suggestions for Nolan on what his next blog topic should be about, make sure to comment or let me know, and I can let Nolan know what his next blog topic is going to be about.
Or I could write one on why you should stop shaving your beard.
There's a lot of possibilities, Nolan.
Yes, there are.
There could be a lot of different blog topics. Okay.
So
do we have time for
one more question?
Sure.
Okay, so my question to you, Sam, is some of our audience may not know, you're soon to be a new father.
That is correct.
What would you say is one thing that you're looking forward to the most about being a dad?
Oh, that's a good question, Nolan. My wife, Sarah, and I are going to be having a baby boy in March. And I am most excited about becoming a dad because I cannot wait to finally have somebody in the house who is immature as I am. Does that make sense?
I'm sure your wife's looking forward to that as well.
I feel like because now it's just Sarah and I in the house. I feel like I'm like the goofiest person. I always got music playing and I'm always doing goofy stuff. I just can't wait to have somebody else there, that I can mess around with and you know what? No, I'm going to change my answer. I'm so excited to buy toys. Because I have a few times, I go in, you have to do birthday shopping for, kids and, when you go to like your nephew's birthday party or something like that and you got to buy him a gift. And I've had more fun picking out like Nerf guns, for 3-year-olds or, or little like stuffed footballs. I have more fun picking out those toys than I've had shopping in a long time.
I was thinking about that the other day. I'm like, Sam will probably be the one man I know who has a cabinet of Nerf guns. Before the kid's even old enough to pull the trigger on a Nerf gun.
I got a Nerf gun for Christmas this year. It was pretty good. So
that's
what I'd say that's what I'm very excited about. I don't know if it takes the number one spot, but I'm very excited to do toy shopping for a little boy.
And not have to explain it to him.
And not have to explain it.
Why you have all these toys in your cart. I get that. I get that.
Exactly. So, all right. We're about up? Okay, that sounds good. Well, that was fun. That was a fun little episode. We tried to change it up a little bit today. This has been KMS 10 at 10. Remember to check out any of our old episodes on YouTube, or you can also check them out on our Facebook video library as well. We have all of our past episodes on there as well. Make sure to tune in next Friday at 10 a.m. We will be here, maybe not us, but maybe some other people, always sharing you the best online marketing news out there.
And don't forget to check out the site link for the Social Media Marketing Academy.
Perfect. I'm Sam.
I'm Nolan. Thanks for tuning in.
See you later.
Bye.